Hey y'all, I'm Flynt.
And I'm Lena.
Welcome back to Queer Dice Rolls, the podcast where two queer, neurodivergent, and chronically ill bards try working out their pasts, identities, and problems, one conversation at a time.
Join us as we, once again, fail our deception checks and share just a little too much.
Hi, Lena.
Hi, Flynt. Welcome to more spooky season.
It's been a while.
Yes, it has. We had to record a few episodes all in a short time span.
Yeah. So behind the scenes, we recorded 3 episodes to release, I think in like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
So that they would release on time because me and the hubby and the kiddo had like 3 trips back to back.
Literally.
Coincidentally, it was not intentional. They were all planned like a year apart. And
Yes.
they just all happened to be within a 2-week span. So we were in Seattle, then LA, then Portland. So it was a very, very busy time. Very nice time, but I am tired.
Yeah. And so we did all that, and now we're like, okay, we gotta record another episode now.
I'm astonished I'm not sick. Knock on wood.
I know. I'm like, we've talked about a lot how we're, we got our chronic illnesses and stuff. Like, when you came back from your first 2 trips, you weren't like sick, but you were like messed up.
I was messed up. Well, I think because the first one was Card Party 3.
Card party.
It's like for Pokemon cards. It was a gift we got for kiddo because it was one of his favorite YouTubers.
Yeah, it's a super cool event.
It was very cute. I've been to some other like cons, like Dragon Con and Emerald City Comic Con, and I think I know like maybe one in San Jose or something. But it was fun. But I will say, we thought it was going to be more like a regular like nerdy con where there would be lots of things to do constantly, and this was mostly just cards, and it was pretty much like a day. Like, I think if we ever do it again, we'll do a day.
Yeah, because it was like 3 days, right?
It was 3 days, and 3 days was too many.
Too many cards.
It's too many because we had run out of things, and the kid was overwhelmed, and we were tired. Also, it's all on like concrete floors, which is yeah.
My knees hurt.
Then Dream Concert.
Dream concert.
I'm gonna age myself right now.
Do it.
Z and I got to go see Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace with both lead singers of 3 Days Grace. Oh my god, it was so good. It was literally the best concert I've ever been to. They sound exactly like they sound.
Because they're good singers. They're well-trained, great singers.
We both love 3 Days Grace. They mean a lot to us. Breaking Benjamin is one of my favorite bands of all time. So yeah, it was a great time, but we literally spent a day driving down to LA, went to the concert, and then woke up in the morning and came home.
So there was like a lot of sitting in bad places and lots of walking on concrete.
Though, I mean, it was a great venue, and it was a really cute little hotel we were in and stuff. Like, it was fun.
But
and
the planes,
completely separate trip that we planned, insane, to go see a really, really good friend, Kel. So, like, she lived with us like 10, 12 years ago, and we always see each other twice a year. So...
And one of them is always during spooky season.
It's our family holiday. But we hadn't seen her up in Portland for a while, so we were like, yeah, we should come and have like a real fall, and it was perfect. It was I mean, we've seen each other for 10 plus years, twice a year, and this was like one of our I'd say it was one of our top visits because we got a day where it was like just sprinkly but dark and cold. We got a day where it was pouring rain. We got a day where it was cold but sunny. So we got all the versions of fall. The leaves were all still on the trees, and it had changed. So it was gorgeous. We got to eat a bunch of amazing food. We got to watch Over the Garden Wall for the first time.
Hell yeah.
The kiddo loved it. I loved it. It was cute. I think we should rewatch it every year.
It's fantastic.
We got to go do like a museum. It was like creatures of the deep. It was very fun. The deep, deep, deep.
Oh my god, where are they? I can't see them.
I'm trying to figure out. And then we got to do like lots of little, cute little like queer bookstores. Of course, we did Powell's.
Of course. You brought home so many books.
I did bring them. I already finished one of them. I just hadn't started the other one because I was listening to random horror because my eyes hurt.
You know, sometimes you have to do alternative activities because your eyes hurt.
No, but we have this fun tradition of like from like the first times we went up there way before kiddo. We would go to Powell's and we would find a scary book and we would have our little book club. And so we got 2 book club books. I just finished reading the first one. So Nick Cutter is a really, really good horror author that we both really like. And I just finished reading The Queen.
How was that? You didn't tell me that you finished it.
Oh, it was so good.
Is it horrible? Horribly terrifying?
It was really... I enjoyed it quite a bit. Don't read it if you don't like bugs.
And I will not be reading it.
Especially if you don't like wasps.
And I will not be reading it.
But it was really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. But my favorite one by him is The Deep, which I think we both finished The Deep. So we've read The Deep, The Troop, Little Heaven, and this one, and then we skipped some. We missed some because there's been a few years since we've been like to Portland proper. Because sometimes we go to the coast.
Yeah,
we did a trip to the coast as like our first time seeing each other, like when it was safe to see each other during the pandemic, and like we fell in love with the Oregon coast
because it's the absolute best.
It's so beautiful. So we started doing some trips to little towns there. No, but I don't think she ever finished The Troop because it was so scary. It was upsetting. It was about this poor little troop of Boy Scouts.
Oh shit! I was like, maybe it's about a carnival or something. That's so much worse.
It's a little so that one's about like a little troop of, I think they were Boy Scouts and they got trapped on an island with like this almost like alien intelligent plant life.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's real good. He's really good at surreal horror.
So it's like a sci-fi version of what's the one where the boys get trapped on the island? That like really classic book with
you mean
Piggy.
Shit. I'm thinking of Animal Farm because you read it around the same time, but that's
no,
not
you
the
do
book.
read it around the same time.
It's Oh, I feel so stupid.
I know, I do too. This is our illithid tadpole all over.
Shut up, man. I'm so upset. No.
I'm looking it up right now because I'm upset. Okay, I have it. Do you want me to say it?
Just give me like a clue.
4 words, 2 articles in the middle.
Lord of the Flies.
Yes.
There we go.
I knew
it was many words and it was something of the, and I couldn't remember. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad we
So what a segue.
I know, it was so horrible. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, so I don't remember where we left off. I remember
I do.
I only remember we were in the dungeon because on social media I keep seeing my own art and scaring myself.
Truly, this is like the spookiest season. Also, I wanted to say, you had all your fun vacations, and we've been, since you got back, watching scary movies, because it's spooky season, watching a lot of really good Stephen King stuff.
Yeah, baby.
Because I love, like, you introduced me to Stephen King, and I just love his shit, obviously.
Yep.
But we're gonna, hopefully read/listen to audiobook of the Dark Tower series in like what you said December after your
Yes,
Con?
please.
So
because right now I'm trying to read, I am literally reading 4 books at the same time right now.
Classic.
Classic.
It's pretty normal, honestly.
I'm happy to be back there, you know.
Yes,
because we're also listening to the Nick Cutter audio only.
Yes,
I can't believe you didn't mention Fall of the House of Usher.
Well, I literally just started talking about what we were about to do. Okay, so for everybody who I know...
If you like Poe at all, if you like horror at all, it is the most perfect ode to Poe that I have ever seen. And I reread Poe every October. So, like...
If you like... Hello, my actors. If you like acting, if you like people doing good stories, this is for you.
It's like every episode on its own is a perfect
Perfect.
ode to the titular short story or poem.
It's so good.
But the like, what's that? How you say that word?
Titular?
Titular. Okay.
I think. I don't know. Titular?
The titles are short stories that he's written. But like they also
Titular.
like stay so true to like the spirit of the short story and modernize it. And then the overall, because Lena hasn't finished, but I have. Z and I finished because she was sleepy.
I had been up for like 21 hours.
Not mad at it. I'm gonna rewatch it with you. But like the whole show itself is like a love poem to Poe. Ugh,
It's fantastic.
so
If
good.
you were looking for like a thing to watch this spooky season, if you're not super into horror, I feel like it's very approachable. There are definitely a lot of jump scares, but they
There's
are
a little bit of there's some gore.
there's
Like
some
that
gore,
like there's one scene of animal death. But like
but it's like
the whole reason we started watching it is because it was this like crossover of like it's a horror show, right?
oh yes.
It's Poe, but it's so close to the stuff that you and Z like watching.
Yeah, so if you like, Billions,
Billions.
Succession, things like that, like dramas about rich families who are evil.
Yeah. People with power and money who are pieces of shit.
Yeah, so it's like a great crossover for all the things like all of us have special interests in. But like the writing is great, the acting is great. There are definitely jump scares, but they're very like repeatable, I guess. Like you know that they're going to keep happening because there's a central cause.
Yes.
So I feel like it's, as a person who did not like horror or had bad experiences with it before like 2 years ago, I feel like it is much more approachable than a lot of other things. And I think if the art is really fantastic, I can deal with a little bit of that, you know.
There were, I will say, when somebody does particularly good writing as writers, we tend to notice like when somebody has particularly beautiful dialogue or
Oh, yeah.
really good writing, really good narrative. And we'll say it out loud. Every episode,
Every episode.
there's at least like a scene or a line or something that I was like, that was incredible.
And I will say the main actor who plays like the father of the family.
There's a lot of famous people in this.
Yes, there are. It's a great ensemble cast, but he has quite a gift for saying lots of Poe quotes and making them fit into the universe seamlessly, like, which is really hard to do as an actor.
I mean, because like the cool thing that I thought was like he made it sound like it was his poetry.
Exactly.
Because like it was supposed to be his character's poetry. So like it was very cool.
He is so good in this. I've never seen him in anything that I've liked him in more. But they have.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah.
Because I've seen him in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, same.
But it's great show. So that I think that's probably my favorite thing. We've been watching another shout out I'll say is 1408 was really fantastic.
1408 was great. I really enjoyed 1408.
We've watched a lot of stuff.
Of course, we're
It's
watching Is It Cake Halloween?
our palate cleanser. And of course we're watching British Bake Off, which is not Halloween themed.
No.
But Is It Cake Halloween is
There have been some haunting challenges though.
indeed. So yeah, we've been doing, I feel like during the fall, other creatives who our friends, etc., who listen to this understand. I feel like fall, you have that transition where you don't want to go outside quite as much and you need to do something like cozy or like something that you do every year. Like I know my friend Zoe like quilts hella in the fall.
I believe it.
Or like, I mean, she quilts hella all year, but
We both started sewing again.
yes, we both started. That's exactly what I was going to say. Like we started sewing again. We started drinking hot tea. And spooky season, it's like you have to watch horror films, thrillers.
So we did go to a pumpkin patch today.
Yeah, we
Good for
did.
us.
And there was a train.
Though it's fucking hot.
It's so hot. It was like over 80 degrees.
Excuse my French.
It was some bullshit.
It's so hot.
I will also, and then I'll actually transition. So the shout out.
will?
No, that's your job.
There it is.
That was good.
That was a good one. Okay.
I feel like I made another joke the other day that was really, I can't remember it. But the day I picked you guys up from the airport when you got back from your third and final vacation, it had rained the entire day, and I had just gone outside. Like, I was going to the grocery store, people had their umbrellas, and I was like, y'all stupid with your umbrellas. And I was just like out in the rain, so happy, and now it's like 80 degrees.
I know, it was so nice in Portland.
Yeah. Shout out to the rain, thank you. So
Soon.
we left off after Papazaddle had taken over River's body, and don't hit your mic on the way back up. So he'd taken over River's body.
I forgot that's where we left off.
And then Mirth power word stunned him, and Kayleen was doing some stuff while River was in his like death mind palace with Kayleen's god Ogma, and decided to go back into his body, and was able to because of what Mirth and Kayleen were both doing.
That's right.
And then Adon and Zaid finished the battle that they were having over in the area that we all came out of the mansion. We got a box filled with some loot that the clawed hand... There was always like a clawed hand that handed out a box with loot after we did a big battle, and it was like a disembodied claw hand always. And then we went back into the mansion, and that's where we left off.
Because it was still open, yeah.
Yeah, so
Also,
we went the fuck back in there.
I also remember from last time, I was talking about stuff with Thaz, and I was like, I feel like more happened. And I went back, and I wrote so many short stories and so many notes on this, and they have already slept together.
Drama.
Drama.
Yeah, I kind of want to do like a separate episode on like
the
their
romance between the
all
two
of their stuff. Like, I feel like we should, because you wrote some really cool stuff on it. Like, we could read it.
I mean, yeah.
Some of it.
See if people are interested in that.
Yeah, if you're interested, if you want us to read some of the wonderful short stories that he wrote, tell us. If you don't tell us, we won't do it. So someone has to tell us. We just need like one person.
We didn't make too many mistakes.
No, we didn't.
Last week.
Because I started taking notes.
Read for filth.
I read myself.
So we only have a few corrections, and then we can actually get back into what happens next.
Yeah, so we'll take you through the rest of this spooky dungeon. But first,
a word from our characters.
Welcome to our newest segment, Corrections, where we correct anything that we fucked up.
Or forgot.
That's right. Thank you, Mirth. So, looks like we're starting with River this week. Let's see what we have, shall we? A wight was an undead creature given a semblance of life through sheer violence and hatred. They could drain the life energy out of victims by touch, turning them into new wights upon death. They tend to appear desiccated or pale and sunken rather than rotten or zombified. White Walkers is a good comparison, or also Draugr from Skyrim. I think that's right.
We never really discovered the full details, but the necrotic mist only reacted to living flesh leaving the quote-unquote safe spaces of the dungeon. It was a con save versus a hidden DC of 18, and on failure, 18 D10 necrotic each turn of exposure. There wasn't any stat damage, that was from the shadows and the encounters.
Oh my god.
That's why I almost died.
Alright, that makes sense. Whites, back to whites, cannot possess or charm. They drain. But vampires are constantly trying to charm.
Bone claws cannot drain attributes. That would have been from the many shadows that were waiting in ambush in the mist in that same encounter.
Oh, that makes sense. It was the bone claw, the two vampiric mists, and many shadows, they could traverse the necrotic mist safely, so the Bone Claw was leaping across the room above the ceiling and walking along the top of the walls the whole time. Okay. Scary. Well, that's it for our corrections this week. We'll be back next week with, I'm sure, many, many more. Well, back to the show.
And we're back.
We're back. Welcome to the Spooky Dungeon, Part 2. But not yet Floor 2. So,
God, I feel like isn't this part 3 of the Spooky Dungeon? It feels like it.
it might be. I might be misremembering. I don't know.
No, you're probably right.
No, I can't remember.
I only remember making 2 spooky arts, so.
No, you're right. I can't remember in this moment. I'm tired. That's okay. Welcome back to part 2/3 question mark. ... The sequel. So the first note I have here is River Unattunes from Amulet. Our favorite note.
After an argument, actually.
After a long argument and long discussion in the mansion. So we like went back into the mansion because all that craziness happened.
Yeah, and it was, so the mansion lasts 24 hours.
Yes.
And Mirth had not dismissed it because he was afraid that we would need to go back.
Yeah, I think it had been up for somewhere between 12 to 16.
Yeah. So
because
we still had like a good 8 hours left.
Yeah. And we didn't like stay in there for a long rest. It was just to like regroup and then we went back out.
Yeah, short rest, I think.
Yeah.
And argument.
Yeah.
Not very restful.
Yeah. No, not restful. Because River did not immediately take the amulet off or unattune from it.
Baffling.
Yes, I know. In decisions from him that I cannot fully explain because I don't remember like the reasoning, but I think I will say like he was my first character and I always remember feeling nervous about making irrevocable decisions.
I mean, I get that. Like, we're going to come up on one pretty soon that I know I argued with Mirth in my head for like 20 minutes about.
I know what you're talking about. But it's so good. This is just like everybody was angry, rightfully so, or like frustrated.
Mirth was worried. Like, and Mirth had been like warning him and being like, done insight checks on Papazotl and was like, this guy is bad. Please take this off.
I know. I can't even remember if River did insight checks on Papazotl very often. I don't think he did. I think at the beginning he did, and then he kind of decided he didn't care that he wasn't the best guy.
Yeah, because he just wanted help getting back.
Yeah. That's
what I remember. Like,
he wanted to get back to Omu, and he was like, he can help us. Because at the time we didn't have a better way. And I think now we're... Obviously you can teleport us and everything, but I know a bit later we end up finding a really good, accurate way to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. But I think through Mirth I struggled with it because Mirth just wanted to like help. And I remember thinking, for sure, now he'll listen to me that Papazotl is dangerous, right? Like, I just helped save his life, and, like, Papazotl, like, took over his body, and, like, he's gonna believe us, and then it still took an argument, and I think Mirth was trying to argue, Mirth and Dawn, I believe, were trying to argue, like, the amulet to be destroyed. And River wouldn't have it. And it wasn't until Kaylin was like, I'll hold it for you.
Yeah, in like a separate bag of holding that he had access to and like wouldn't give it back, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I remember feeling like, this is my special thing from the DM. Should I destroy? As a like player.
Yeah, I mean, I've felt that before, but also like...
I died.
I'm not judging you. It just baffled me at the time. But I understand, like, with the other, like, things happening outside of just the River himself, that it was complicated.
Yeah, I will say, like, it's okay to like. I was also baffled with me. It's one of those like the thing you just mentioned with that decision you argued with Mirth about that we'll talk about in probably an episode or two.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was arguing with him, right? But I know at that time I didn't have like me, Lena, the kind of inner dialogue with my characters that I do now, I feel like. Mm-hmm. And so that was more difficult for me to navigate. But also, something I was thinking about was that, like, obviously, River is very autistic, right?
What?
I know. No. No. Sounds like not a word now that we've said it so many times.
Cotton candy cocoons.
Cotton. Shout out to Killer Clowns from Outer Space. If you've never watched it, do yourself a favor.
Sorry, that was like an inside joke. That they say cotton candy cocoons so many times that it becomes like they're not words anymore.
Yeah, but it's a perfect film. No, it's not. But
no, it's not. It's got lots of problems.
Yeah.
Because of when it was made, but it is very funny.
Yeah, it's perfect and it makes me laugh. And the man with the dog named Pooh Bear in the beginning is truly my favorite character of all time.
Doing the most.
Yeah, he's doing so much. Anyway, so something I was thinking about was that it's not that he like doesn't hear everybody. It's that he like hears it and like doesn't express everything. Mm-hmm. And is very choosy about what he like because at this point in the campaign he didn't talk very much, you know.
I mean, he did. He had a lot of conversation with Mirth because Mirth tried, but like
I know, and he liked to talk about Mirth's like he liked to help Mirth with like his dreams and meditation and stuff. But
I just remember this being rough because Mirth had been trying to talk to him since Papazotl happened.
I know,
and was like, "Hey, this guy has like," because he'd done inside checks and stuff, and was like, "This guy seems like he does not like us."
Yeah, like ever since the boat.
Yeah, and then above table, Papazotl spent most of his time when he was around insulting everybody in the party and trying to convince you that you could just kill them and move on.
Yes, he did. And River basically was like, "Oh, that's not very nice," and like ignored it.
Yes,
to that
but
point.
I thought like before we got to because Lena joining was a surprise. Like before we before we got to know each other and like played for a while, like I legit was like, "Oh, is Lena just like this fun little like short term character that's happening that's like evil?"
I did not know that.
He's gonna try to kill all of us.
In some ways, I wish that I could play a character like that at some point. I think that would be
talk to Z.
Literally.
But
yeah. I can see why you would think that. And it's really interesting. But I can't like explain all of his decisions, which I know is fine.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Because I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
But
I think it was just really like heightened emotionally because this was a really scary dungeon. People kept dying, and then like Mirth was a mess at this time, and he thought that River was his friend, and that he just needed to prove that he was reliable, and then maybe River would listen to him, and then even after he like helped save him, he didn't, and so he was like, "Oh, I guess he's, I'm just here because I'm useful, right?" Like, I'm just here because I can cast Mansion and cast Teleport. And this kind of starts that downward spiral we were starting to talk about.
Yeah.
But that argument of like, but why wouldn't you take it off, and not listening until Caitlin said something was boof.
I know, that's rough. And like, if I know that it would like break River's heart to like know that at least like in this point in the campaign, because like we're not at that point in the campaign anymore, but like because he definitely thinks of Mirth as his friend and appreciates so much that he saved his life, and I just wish that he could express it better, because that's part of his autism. right, is like he has trouble expressing. He unlike me is like that thing where you have a lot of trouble expressing your really deep like feelings of connection.
To be fair, so does Mirth.
It's true, and they have it for different reasons, right?
Like, I mean, because like this is one of those like classic clashes of personality of like, I'm gonna do everything that I can to like serve you in hopes that I'll be valuable and good enough and you'll care about me, but I'm not gonna ask you to care about me. And a person who's like, I need you to be direct about what you need from me, right?
Yes, because he definitely does need that. And
But I mean, to be fair, like, Mirth doesn't know how to ask for what he needs right now.
right? It's
Because, like, what he thinks he needs is to be useful. And what he thinks he needs is to, like, keep everybody safe. But I think what he needs is to feel like he has worth.
yeah, worth and belonging, and
And he doesn't have any of those things right now. So,
I know it is really like
drama.
it is a real clash when we break it down like that with what like they both need and how like the breakdown of communication and not knowing that like River could easily say how he feels about Mirth or that like he thinks that Mirth has like so much worth and things like that, but like he doesn't know that he needs to say that,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
I know. It's
Silly
painful.
cat boys.
We're very silly cat boys. Well, it's just interesting because it's kind of like that with the group. Like there's the same thing as of talking past Kayleen, right?
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
all Mirth wants is for Kayleen to think that he's competent.
Yeah, and he is, and Kayleen does think that.
I know that above the table.
Above table,
but
yes, yes.
That Kayleen does not say that.
Exactly.
Ever. He more finds Mirth interesting and like tends to, with the intent of instruction, tell him everything he's doing wrong.
And it's not a compliment sandwich.
Oh, no. No. That is not one of the 12 things that he's thinking about.
LOL. Oh, that... Cool. That, like, really is a good framing for me.
What?
Just the... talking about how in the party in general, like, it's a miscommunication of what people need or what they think they need and how the other people don't know how to express the correct thing, like don't know that it's needed.
Yeah,
It's like that talking past each other thing.
Yeah, and I think that Mirth is probably one of the few people that does a good job saying he loves everybody.
Yes.
He says it constantly.
He does.
Because words are easy. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Words are easy for him. But the asking is the hard part.
Drama.
Oh yeah, it only gets worse from here.
It only gets worse, starting with a Skull Lord. Was that a good transition? No.
And to be clear, I do want to say, Adon, up to this point, was very much supportive of Mirth and was one of the ones that would point out some destructive habits and stuff. But Adon's about to have her own stuff going on. So, so Skull Lord. What is a Skull Lord, I ask?
God, I don't know. I need to look it up again. I'm just clicking
Wasn't
on my
it like
hyperlink.
Failed Lich, right?
It is a failed lich. Let me just double check. So it's like a skeletal being with 3 heads. Terrifying.
Delicious.
Super yum. So they have command of lesser undead.
Oh, that's right.
Because we fought some other stuff with it. Yes, it is a failed lich and usually like a necromancer. But it has its death locks with it. Like think warlock. For anyone who doesn't play D&D, a warlock has like a patron right? So it's like these deathlocks are like,
A sponsor.
yeah.
Magic Daddy, if you will.
Yeah, we were fighting Magic Daddy. And Magic Daddy was like right after Magic Daddy TM. Right after. Sorry. My brain was like, you have to make jokes. Please make a joke about this.
I appreciate the jokes.
Thank you. So we had this long discussion. River took the amulet off, put it in the bag. Lost a bunch of con and hit points and whatever else.
Your stat sheet wept.
Yeah, my stat sheet wept. I didn't feel Papazaddle anymore. And then
Your friends rejoiced.
Yes, my friends rejoiced. I felt pretty neutral because River is pretty even keel. River felt neutral. And then we like exited the mansion and fought this Skull Lord, which was the kind of like one of the bosses of the first floor.
Yeah.
And I don't have too many notes about like the fight, except for the end.
I think we were so stressed out. We were so stressed out because we were like, what else is going to happen? And this is all still the same day, right?
Yes, it's the same day.
We were fighting the shadows and the death claws. Was that what they're called?
Bone claws.
Bone claws. Yeah. And you know, stopping Papazaddle, watching River die, like all of that.
This is like within an hour, probably, or an hour or two.
It's still breakfast.
Yeah,
okay,
literally.
So then we went back out and fought this, and
it tried to run away.
It tried to run away because we were kicking its ass. And I was like, I cannot deal with. Mirth was basically like, I cannot deal with knowing that thing is still out there. Because we couldn't follow it because they could jump over like the mists and stuff.
Yes.
So he was like running in places we couldn't.
And cackling really weird, maniacally.
On a last ditch effort out of like pure exasperation, Mirth used, I think, Vicious Mockery.
Classic spell.
Because they only have to be able to hear you. So he just yelled something in Infernal at them and then they died.
Which was fantastic.
This big bad boss died because Mirth was like, your father smelt of elderberries.
Yeah, something like that.
Your mother was a hamster. Your father smelt of elderberries.
See, this is why Mercutio just uses Shakespeare quotes, because I don't have to think of it. I
mean, in the moment when I'm him, he's pretty good at thinking of something to say.
He is so good at
right now, me, after a long, stressful day, not thinking of good things.
Hey, Magic Daddy TM, go get fucked.
Go fuck yourself.
Yes, there we go. So Mirth triumphed, and
then we got the bone hand of reward.
Yes, the classic disembodied bone hand coming out of the air and giving us a box
or the ground sometimes
somewhere.
And got a bone flute.
Yes, you got a beautiful bone flute made out of a femur. A
human femur.
Tasty.
I kept it because I could play it technically, but I didn't want to put my mouth on it.
Wait, why wouldn't you want to put your mouth on a femur?
Human femur? God.
Yeah, you kept it, and it comes in handy later. But it was very pretty, and it was like inlaid with metals and stuff like that.
It's my goal to collect and lose every single instrument that I possibly can in this campaign.
Rip to Kip the harp.
Kip the harp.
Sorry, it reminded me of Bep to Kip. Rip to Kip.
That's honestly my favorite character name I've ever come up with.
Yeah, it's very cool. So after this, we had our whole foray with the Soul Forge.
Yay, Soul Forge.
Which is
so cool for Kayleen.
It basically looked like a forge. It was like this metalworking.
It was an ancient, like, wasn't it dwarven?
Yes.
It was like ancient dwarven metalworking, like desks and the forge and the anvil and everything. But the fire was like bluish.
Yeah, blue or green, something.
Blue, white, something like that.
Some weird color. And it had all the tools, and the anvil had deep speech like carved into them because River, that's actually one of the languages I took for him.
Yes, I remember, yes.
So I was like, fuck yeah, the first time, because I just took some random language.
It's hard to know which ones to pick, you know. Mine were all racial, so
Yeah, and I mean, me as a player, I was like,
all the two languages I speak. And
I
then
know.
I figured out I knew Draconic from Tazium, so.
I know, and I was like, this was the first time I think I saw a deep speech, but boy, howdy, does the Celestial I took come in handy. So, very fun. So the Soul Forge is, we like saw it earlier in the dungeon, but we came back, and basically decided to rest and take watches here because Kayleen wanted to complete his like magnum opus, which is what he calls circuit attunement.
Yes. So this is what he tried to start when we first landed in the jungle and we thought we were going to wait for the carnival.
Yes.
But we ended up going to meet them because of how dangerous everything was where we were.
Yeah, and these like tools and everything and the forge itself were able to help him complete it. So he had to...
Well, first explain attunement slots.
Okay, thank you. So attunement slots are a thing in D&D where essentially you can only have attuned 3 like enchanted or magical or like very special items at
Basically,
a time.
it like can like be in sync with the energy of your soul.
Yes.
And most people only have 3, but our Kayleen, because he's a special kind of artificer, can have 6.
Up to 6 by level 18. So he had 5 at this point, but I think his cap becomes 6, which is crazy.
Which is why, like, you know, so the rest of us have to, like, for example, say you have one thing that increases your armor, and then you have another thing that allows you to communicate with someone, and then you have a magical weapon.
Yeah.
If you picked up something else that would be useful to you, you would have to choose to drop one of those other things as like a regular player.
Yeah, like I had to do that all the time
Because you had that Papazato.
I had the amulet, and then even after I dropped it, I had like 3, my sword and like 2 other things your earring, and then something else that I would use, and then sometimes Kayleen would be like, hey, I'm gonna give you my boots of speed infusion today. And that was a slot, I think.
I thought his infusions weren't.
Maybe he gave me something that upped my speed. It could have been a physical boot item. Anyway, there was like something that I remember Kayleen giving me frequently that I had to choose.
Interesting.
Because I unattuned the earring a few times, and I unattuned something else a few times.
I remember, and every time you unattuned the earring, you needed it.
Yeah. Classic. Never unattune Mirth's earring. So
never unattune anything, honestly.
Yeah, never.
It's the worst.
It is the worst. Like, just don't do it. It's not fun.
Because right now, like, I think I was the only one who didn't really care because I have L.
Because your earring, you didn't have to attune.
No, because it was connected to all of you. So I have L. And I have the beetle thing.
Didn't you get that upping your? Did you? I think I'm misremembering something. I thought you got something that you wore on your head.
No, that wasn't me.
No? Okay. I'm crazy.
No, I mean, we play a lot of characters. I have like a really cool thing that we got later that represents each of... Did we already talk about this? It represents each of the characters that were in the campaign that you...
Yes, that was in the fire dungeon.
Okay. Yeah, so I got like a little beetle that can turn into like a life-size beetle, and I can ride it, which I've never done yet.
I know, I want you to do
that. Well, I was trying to not do bugs.
I know, but now we know like beetles are fine. Anyway,
I think...
Maybe, Bardis, if you remember what stuff Mirth had attuned, I feel like there was something
I know
else.
I had a periaptive wound closure.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
That's saved my life more than once that we have not mentioned.
Many times.
Because it does, like, if I'm hurt, it just starts healing me. But it's not... Is it the periaptive wound closure or is it something else?
I believe it is that because
Because everybody just kept like, everybody was like,
River
you
would
keep this.
River would always remind you that you had
Yes,
it.
because whichever item it will regrow a limb if I lose one.
Yes.
Because I almost lost my tail at one point and I was very upset about it.
No.
And then you were there, but and then it would heal me just passively. I didn't have to use it. It would just heal me so many points over time.
Yeah, I remember like River always was like, "You have the thing on,
Because we
like
would
heal
run out
yourself."
of magic so fast.
And you had the least amount of health, for the most part.
I was sub 100 for a long time.
Squishy boy.
Squishy.
So anyway, attunement slots are precious, and Kayleen was trying to create something called circuit attunement, which essentially means that he could make a bunch of like items, for example, that are all bonded together, and only he would have to use an attunement slot for them, and then it would work for everybody.
But we could wear it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that comes in, like, keep that in mind in your memory banks for later, because it becomes really important. But this was just him discovering the technology.
Yes.
Because he was on the cusp of it, because he had to put so many hours into researching it. And he was really close, but he also needed something that only the Soulforge could provide, which was to be able to see our souls.
Yeah. So that was a really, really cool session.
And Bardis made such cool art for it.
Yeah, I'll have to post it. I can like make them all into a reel or something.
It'll be so cool.
But essentially with like the help of an image generator, before all the AIs got really good at
it was like the dedicated image thing.
Yeah, it was many years ago. So it was like it was early in that technology, but they spent a lot of time doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it was AI. I think it was like a dedicated image generator.
Oh, I'm
program.
sorry. Thank you.
Because AI was like after.
Okay, thank you. That makes more sense. But we'll post them. They look really cool. Like some of them look very alien. But Mirth's was like really big for you because like Rivers looks like for the most part what we expected.
Yeah, there's like a sun halo around him, and he looks like a cat man.
Yeah, and Adon's is like she looks more or less elvish. There's a moon. Zaid he's got the gold and the silver like him. Looks mostly like his halfling.
His halfling self, yeah.
A little bit alien.
Kayleen looked the most alien because of like he had like, it was really interesting, like extra eyes and like magic stuff going on.
Yeah, because he's like essentially split his soul into a lot of pieces.
Yes. And then Thaz was with us. So you could actually see, because I didn't really know Thaz's background at this point, I don't think. But at least Thaz hadn't told Mirth in game. But you could see the psionic energy around his head and why his hair and eyes were teal, which was very cool.
Do you want to wait to share why that is? We could wait until the second level.
Well, we talked about the tadpoles a little bit last time.
Oh,
that's why we couldn't remember the name. But like,
I'm crazy.
That scarring was still there, right? But Mirth didn't know about it.
That's right. Okay, I'm here.
Because Tazium told him not to really mention it to anybody.
Yeah, so you could like see all the energy, or Kayleen could.
Kayleen could see it. I think we could all see each other when we were in the Soulforge.
In the light.
Yeah, in the light of the Soulforge.
Because we, like, essentially Kayleen had to work with everybody for a few hours each, and the rest of us would take watches, and intermittently we had fights, which we'll go over. But Mirth's looked very different.
Big reveal, yeah. So Mirth's was beautiful, like like because we always said that Mirth was like almost like ethereally beautiful. There's something about him canonically that like made it just like on the edge of like supernaturally pretty. But he fully expected to be this demonic, devilish thing, like something from the infernal side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And there were bits of that in the image, but he was mostly celestial.
Ooh.
Which was shocking for me, which was fun.
Yeah, I think the only clue we'd really had before that was when River was helping him with his memories and he heard a little bit of celestial. And that was like the only other clue
From his mom.
that I can remember that we had.
Yep.
So it was just like, it was a huge plot reveal.
Yes.
For him.
And it was really interesting. And so mechanically speaking, I gotta remember what it's called, but I think Bartis and I settled on like there's a like racial, like a special racial thing where you are half celestial, half in like infernal.
Oh, really? That's so cool. I don't think I knew that.
I think it's called a blaspheme or a blasphemy.
Hot.
Yeah,
I love that.
Well, yeah, it's super cool. So he's technically like he does not know this.
Yeah.
Nobody in game knows this, but he's technically something called a blasphemy.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting so much tea today. I'm not even drinking tea. He's drinking tea.
I am drinking tea.
Would you like to tell us what kind of tea you're drinking today?
What did you get me?
It's Mistress of the Dark from Friday Afternoon Teas.
It's delicious.
Shout out to Friday Afternoon.
Yeah, so Friday has like a little horror sampler box right now that I got a bunch of teas out of.
And it's really cute. It's like a really bright orange, and I usually don't like orange, but it's like the perfect fall orange.
And I came in a little bow. And I drank Nevermore yesterday and the day before, and now I'm on Mistress of the Dark.
Anyway.
For Elvira herself.
You should support Friday Afternoon Teas, because we love them.
Yes, we love them. They're queer, they're witchy, they're everything friendly.
Latinx owned.
Yeah.
Great place to write.
Mm-hmm.
Did all my writing there when I lived there.
It's just a really awesome place.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was
we are not sponsored.
No, maybe someday. So we found out that about Mirth. Kayleen was able to actually spend the time and complete this, but we had a crap ton of fights.
Yes, because we were there a long time, and we
were in the open. We were just in a room.
We were just in a room, and we had like, I know that at dawn during a watch saw Draco liches in the distance.
Yeah, scary. Like flying overhead.
Yeah, and then we had so many fights.
Yeah, we had there was a fight with wraiths for sure, and in the wraith fight, one of them said to River that Sun Li betrayed, and he was like, what are you talking about? Because like that was the first time in campaign we'd heard the name of his like rival from the island that he came from, and like
essentially got him kicked out.
Yes,
goaded him into a fight and made him look bad.
Yeah, so we were like,
not because River lost. Let's be clear.
No, no. So he was like, what the fuck is up with that? I guess we'll deal with that when we get out of the dungeon.
And then one of the fights, Mirth almost died again.
Mm.
Like, Mirth was downed.
Yeah, because Thaz got really upset.
Yeah, because it was like within the span of like 12 hours, like the third time.
Yeah.
Mirth had almost died.
Yeah, since we've been in the dungeon, for sure. And it was
yeah, so that was
stressful.
Like what little fight that they had. But
yeah, and there was
well, it was like one of the few people who was like, hey, maybe don't do that. Like, maybe don't put yourself in harm's way all the time. And he's like, but I have to be useful. Because at that point, Mirth was running out of spells.
Yeah. I remember, like, when I have this, like, weird image of Mirth sitting with Kayleen at the Soul Forge and just, like, so tired, like, slumped down.
Yes, because it was one of the first... That's right. I forgot about that. So it was one of the first times I'd used all my spell slots.
That makes sense.
And Bartis made me roll how did I forget about this?
I don't know. I just had this image of
Bard,
like I always
it was
remember you looking
we
like that
actually implemented the PTSD rolling
for the first
for the
time.
first time.
Oh my god!
Because you remember, Mirth wasn't talking.
I I'm so happy I said something because I like
I
always have
forgot.
this image of him just like slumped against the thing
Because
and
he used
like
all his spells,
done.
and then we just decided to keep going instead of like sleeping again. And so he's never used all his magic before, so all he had left was flourishes and his sword.
And cantrips.
But then uh when he almost died again, we rolled Bardis and I came up with like a PTSD table,
Mm-hmm.
and Mirth failed epically on the save, and so he went nonverbal.
That's right.
And everyone, like even Kayleen, was like, "Mirth, are you okay?" And Mirth couldn't respond.
I've been there in real life. Holy
Yeah,
hell.
because like, God, I can't believe I forgot about that. Because like,
I'm so happy
I
we
was like,
remembered.
I need a way to show how not okay he is, and like, I was dealing with like learning that I had PTSD at the time, and I was like, what if we made a table and I just like made a save and I roll for it, and like I have like we had levels. I'm gonna have to try to find that. I bet Bardis has it somewhere, but like we had levels of if he's already in this state and he has to roll again, something else happens, and he was already in the heightened state of like the first level of the table we made, and then so he went nonverbal. Forgot about that.
I'm so happy I said something about that because I was like,
that's part of why we left.
Yeah, because he was not okay.
Because nobody was okay, to be honest.
No, nobody was okay, but that was a part. I do remember now. Yeah. So, ooh, lore. I'm so sorry. I just got something caught in my throat.
Well, because the ultimate, I never told you this, but like if he rolled, and this is so unlikely, but if he rolled all the way to 4 times and 4 things had happened, he would go back into the catatonic state from when he had his assault and when he was a child.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he was halfway there.
Oh. Well, I'm happy.
So I was just like, I need there to be consequences for him because he was just not doing anything about it himself.
Well, I'm happy. I'm even more happy now, Meta, that this is a tick in support of us leaving the dungeon, I suppose.
We're also all like fucked up.
Yeah, we were fucked up. So after Kayleen completed Circuit Attunement, after we had all these little fights, we had one more big fight on this floor, and it was with a thing called a Death Tyrant, which is basically like an undead spooky skeleton beholder.
Oh, that's right.
Which is, if you don't know what a beholder is, it's the classic like on the book D&D monster, which is it's like a floating eye with a bunch of eye stalks.
It's an eyeball with a huge toothy smile and a bunch of like little eye stalks that shoot beams like disintegrate or death ray.
Yeah, or paralysis. They're nasty.
Well, and the eye, if it's like a full beholder, the eye is an anti-magic field.
Yep.
Around it.
They're nasty as shit to fight.
They're fun though.
They are fun. When we did that true beholder fight in the liminal space on the boat, it was so much fun.
This one was hard.
Yeah, this was really scary. And Bardis named it Ariatlov, which is an anagram of Voltaire.
And because
we were in that
made
campaign
like
at the time.
Really banal, dry statements like Voltaire would.
Yeah, it was great. They're really good at theming stuff like that. So.
Did anything wild happen in the fight?
I'm looking at my notes right now. So I had a bunch of stuff labeled about which rays were what that we were figuring out. Kayleen got hit with the paralysis ray. Classic. So did George, apparently. His
poor George. Oh, that's right. And
dragon.
then he like fell and he had to repair him.
Yeah. Kayleen like saved him from like falling apart completely. And a 19 was its AC. The important stuff here. wow, I wrote down like all of the beams and who saved and who didn't on stuff. Like Zayd saved on the teal charm beam. Kayleen saved on the soft gray sleep beam. Mirth failed on the thin green disintegrate beam.
Uh-huh. I remember.
And you took 48 force damage.
Yep.
And,
What?
I wrote even though
That was more than half my health, by the way.
I
at
know,
that time.
and I think I wrote this because I wrote even though Mirth has been staying back, lol, because of what Thaz said.
Yeah, Thaz
He
had a
was
whole
staying
conversation with. That's right. I did almost die in that fight. Okay.
back.
Because Thaz had a whole conversation, and Martha's like, "Okay, fine. I'll do cantrips from afar."
Yep.
And then I still got hit with disintegrate.
Yep. And I put a big capital LOL in my notebook, so good for me. But you did have a crit success on the Amber Fear Ray later, so.
Hey.
Anyway, we killed it. There were like I wrote a lot more of them, but it had a lot of eye stocks. So that happened, and then we finally found a trapdoor that went down to the second floor, essentially.
We finally found the second floor.
And we decided to go down. And the last thing, as we were going down, we heard something say in the imaginary speaker in the dungeon, brothers, increase your search. We have intruders.
Mm-hmm.
And that sucked and was scary.
So, like, come on, man.
Come on, man. Just like Cabin in the Woods today. So we got down to the second floor, and it was this dilapidated mansion kind of theme. It was not the crumbling walls anymore.
Yeah, so like before we were looking at like crumbling stone walls, and we could see like through the walls to the next hallway. And this was more like a mansion, like we were inside a mansion's hallways looking out these huge windows.
Yeah.
And it looked like we were like a few stories up.
Yeah, we could see like 20 feet down, essentially. Yeah. And when we first came in, there was a statue of the previous god of death, whose name I believe is Kelemvor in this in this world. And the first thing we did was we were trying to be a little bit more cautious, or like at least inspect everything. Cause
have we like slept yet since the last?
No. Not that I have notes about anyway. I know we only discovered about a quarter of this floor. We got into a room with a very tall, what we thought was a vampire woman.
Seemingly normal.
Yeah, seemingly normal, and I think you remembered what she was doing.
Yeah, she was frantically searching. Like, so I know that I rolled some insights on her, and everybody else was like trading with her or something. But
she wanted to trade. That was like her thing.
But when we walked in, she was frantically searching for something, and I figured out what she was searching for and where it was, but we never got to go back and get it.
Yeah, like we went back to this room with her, I think 2 or 3 times, and I don't remember exactly like when all these things happened.
Because Mirth wasn't talking right now.
Yeah, that's probably why you didn't like tell someone to get it or whatever.
It's also why people actually traded with her.
Yeah. And she was not being aggressive. She said that she served Bashaba, one of Zayd's goddesses, and saw Bashaba's touch on Zayd and Mirth because Mirth had that bone flute.
Yep.
She also called herself Math, I forgot to say. And I know that you saw past her disguise, essentially. At some point you rolled for it. Because we saw that she was actually a frost giant.
Yes.
And she had some frost wolves with her, which weren't disguised, I don't think. They were just there.
Yeah, they weren't disguised because Adon wanted them.
Yeah, she did. She wanted to fight this vampire woman just so she could try and tame one of the wolves, which is very classic for her.
It's okay, don't worry. She eventually gets her wolf in a campaign that I run.
It's true. It very cute. And we get one of my favorite Bardis quotes from this too. I don't remember which instance it was when we talked to her, but they said that I am vampire presenting. I think when we asked like what are your pronouns?
Very,
Something.
very Lord Voltaire of her.
Yes, truly. And as you like to say, I think accurately, that's one of the inspirations I took for him. I was already playing the game, but I was like, that's him. That's 100% him.
Vampire presenting, yes.
So we had the weird interactions with her, and she was basically like not aggressive, just kind of doing her thing in this room, and had said that there were, as we knew, a bunch of other groups either had died or were down here.
Yep.
And she was just like, be careful, have fun. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing we did after we left her was River got killed again.
Yeah, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember why. But Thaz had been, with Kayleen's help with a lot of the magical ones, but Thaz had kits and all kinds of stuff. Remember, because like we lined everybody up by utility, and Thaz was the most useful because we didn't have anybody who could really like spot traps and disarm them reliably.
Yeah. That was his thing.
Yeah, and that's literally what he had special gear to disarm even magical traps. But Kayleen had been helping him with those things because Kayleen, that was one of the things that Buck was like, whoa, I can do traps. I don't remember why.
I don't remember why. Maybe Buck, if you remember, please like send us a correction about it.
But for some reason, Kayleen was like, no, I want to do this. And it might have been because of what just happened with Mirth. It might have been because of hearing that there was some sort of illithid creature in the dungeon. It might have just been something with Kayleen. I don't remember. But Kayleen was the only one to check the trap and was like, Kayleen is canonically not perceptive.
Yeah, and was like, there's no trap on this door.
There's no trap on this door. And so River had been going first because River's fast, has a better deck save, all that jazz.
And is immune to poison.
So River went, and
the trap just guillotined
there
me.
was a full guillotine type trap, and River went to 0, and we panicked, like poured potions down his severed throat, and it worked, and he was okay. But yeah, then Thaz went back to checking for traps again.
Yeah, so that was super fun.
And then I think Kayleen revealed that he had heal.
Yes, thank you.
Because he felt so bad.
Yeah, he felt so bad he cast heal on River for 75 hit points, which is a crazy spell to not tell us that you have, and or a scroll or whatever it's coming from.
Yeah,
that is a crazy spell. That's like a high level spell.
Yes, heal, because heal can do like 100 or something crazy.
I think heal's a 9th level spell. Like I think it would have had to be a scroll or like an item.
It was probably an item or a scroll, yeah.
But
we didn't have any other way of like helping you.
No, because Kayleen is the healer.
Well, you know? And then when Zayd feels like laying on hands.
Zayd could have laid on hands and healed me that many points, but
he's like, you got this.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'll let Kayleen correct his mistake. I was also just thinking I was like, wait, is Mirth the healer? Because I was thinking about your build in Baldur's Gate 3.
No.
No, it's not.
My build in Baldur's Gate 3 was baller though, as a bard healer.
Yeah, it was fucking sick as hell.
Yeah.
So that happened, and then we basically had like another string of really back-to-back fights.
Yeah, there were like vampires and werewolves and
oh my, vampires and werewolves and alhoons. Oh my.
Yep. Because it wasn't an illithid, it was an alhoon.
Yeah, and an alhoon is an illithid lich, which is so much worse.
It's horrible.
Because an illithid
also
is
much smarter.
Bad. Yeah, way smarter. But you have to become a lich. You have to be smart. You know.
Yeah.
And the alhoon had a bunch of grimlocks with it too.
Of course it did. Why wouldn't it?
It was classic. And that was like. It wasn't as
it was
hard.
4 fights back to back.
Yeah,
wasn't
it was so many. But that fight was, I remember, it was dragging a little bit because we were well matched, but it was losing, and it tried to bargain with Zayd, which didn't go well for it. Because it was like, I don't like vampires. Let me fight with you. And he was like, get fucked.
Well, also, like, Thaz was just vehemently against, like, Thaz didn't care.
No, he was
Thaz
like, we're not
I don't care,
with...
it's an illithid, I don't care.
Yeah, we're not working with this. So we were going to kill it, but it plane shifted away.
Yep, of course it did.
Which sucked. But, you know, I guess that happens. And then there was a huge room full of vampire spawn. Because I think, like, the vampire that we killed upstairs, I think it was its spawn.
Yeah.
Because they're a lot weaker, but there's a ton of them.
Yep.
And so, like, we came up with a combo for...
U and Z, yeah.
Yeah, to do a ton of radiant damage, and then everybody else would come in, and kind of nobody else had to really use resources because they all just, like, burned and died, essentially. Which was really cool.
Yeah.
It was a very fast fight. And also, Bardis had a note here that the vampire spawn had clown face paint, which I forgot about.
Why?
I don't know. Horrifying. Just for... just to make it scary for somebody.
Oh my god.
And that was the room that we discovered Alara's backpack in.
Yeah, so remember how we said Adon had some stuff that was about to happen? When we first met her, she had come out of the Underdark and seen people that she cared about safely away on a boat. And that's all we really knew. But when we found this backpack, a real backpack, because remember we said that were other adventurers who had come down here, that's how we figured out that Alara had been captured and was being forced to be a guide, because she's actually a really badass druid. But it's not just Alara.
Yeah, it's Saren, which is
It's just a little girl.
Yeah, she's a little girl that, like, Adon and Alara, we meta aren't totally sure if, like, that's their child or if they're just taking care of her, keeping her safe, or exactly what the
they're
full
a little
relationship
family,
is. Yeah,
essentially. We don't know exactly in what way, but they're a little family.
They're a very sweet little family.
So, yeah.
So we found out that they were captured and in danger, and so she was extremely worried about them.
Yeah.
And after we found that out, I know that River had seen down here again a Dracolich walking around, and the vampire quote-unquote woman, had told us that there were lots of other things down here, because everything wanted the core.
Yes. So there were we knew there were vampires, there were Draco liches, and her.
At least.
Right.
And we had gotten this backpack, and then we had the message about River's stuff. Mirth was not doing well. Everybody was down, you know.
We had nothing.
Spells, resources, everything.
I couldn't, the only thing I could do is produce the dome. Ritually, yeah.
Yeah, so we couldn't do the mansion again. And so essentially we decided to leave. And we found a door with 3 skulls on it. And 2 of them were, like, cracked because we had defeated essentially 2 of the dungeon, like, mini bosses.
Yeah, because it seemed like the door normally would need for you to defeat everything and then it would open.
Yes, and the final skull had an open mouth, and
it seemed like it wanted something, so we tried the bone flute.
Yeah,
and I think Barta said that Zaid, like, flipped to see if it would be a good or bad result because it was like a Bashaba door.
Yeah, because it had a symbol of her over it.
Yeah, and ended up being a good result. So the flute came back out more gilded and the door opened.
Yeah. Good job, Mirth. And so then we walked outside.
Yep. So we got our stuff and we left. Yeah, so many unanswered questions about this dungeon.
Yeah. Maybe Bartis can give us a little behind the scenes on it that we can share next time in our
But we got lots of
corrections.
secrets from everybody. Like everybody got so Keeleen got Soul Forge stuff. Saw people from Lanton. We got
Zayd saw soldiers that like he knew.
Yep, and then met somebody else who worshipped Bashaba. Saw some Bashaba stuff. We got Sun Lee. We got Alara. We got Blaspheme over here. And like some of the secrets from Thaz starting to unravel.
Got a lot of character deaths.
So many.
Like this
Mostly us.
Yeah, mostly the two of us, really. I think maybe only the two of us. Because Thaz definitely didn't go down.
No, Thaz was too mobile, which was good.
Yeah. But this was a huge, like, story plot development dungeon. And I wonder what would have happened if we hadn't left, but I think we needed to leave.
I genuinely sit up and think about, like, what would have happened if we had kept exploring.
I know.
Because it's so cool. And there's some consequences for us leaving that we can talk about next time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we did it. We got out. We're half dead.
But we didn't fully die.
You did.
I know, but I got brought back. So it's fine.
Yeah, so now we have a lot more questions and a lot more like breadcrumbs in different directions. So
and now our plan gets really
I was about to say
messed
that beautiful plan we made is about to get fucked up.
Yep. And we'll talk about that next time. But first,
a word from our characters.
Love this show? Of course you do. Want to learn more? I mean, who wouldn't? Well, you've come to the right bard. This is Mercutia's Market with your host, me, Mercutia Claudius Titania Banquo Ulysses Falstaff, and yes, I did make the name myself. If you have questions for your wonderful hosts, or me, or anyone else you've heard on the podcast, but mostly me, email us at queerdicerolls, that's ROLES, at Obroris, that's OBRORIS, archives.com. If you wish, you can send these poor, tired queers the funds for their iced oat lattes through our Ko-fi, Queer Dice Rolls. Be sure to follow us on all your favorite platforms. If you'd like to peruse these or any other links, check out our link tree. This week, we want to thank Bartis for giving us such a terrifying dungeon to discuss during Spooky Season 2025. You're gorgeous, and we love you. That's all for now, but I'll be back next week. Ta-ta!
You've been listening to Queer Dice Rolls with Flynt and Lena.
This week, we talked about our decision to leave the dungeon before we finished exploring. Have you ever wished you'd chosen a different path in a game you've been playing?
Don't forget to send us a message on Instagram or Buzzsprout. We'd love to hear from you.
The two of us will be back next week with the continuing tale of the Dragon Stunners.
But until then, take this inspiration die just in case.
Bye, y'all.